Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Christine Dominique, and in this video I'm going to talk about feminine masculine energy, how we are currently transitioning from the patriarchy into the matriarchy, and why, yeah, it's quite an interesting topic in general when we think about the energies. Like, first of all, we all have both. We all have masculine and feminine energy. Masculine is the logic, the protection, the presence, also like focused presence. While female or feminine energy is vulnerability, is also wildness. It's this passion, but in a way that's just expressive. It's also nurturing, and yeah, it's interesting what's happening because, like, as we can see, the world is, I don't want to say it's falling apart because it isn't. Like, whatever is falling apart needs to fall away, and then so that we can build something greater out of it. Because, like, lots of things were not working well in this world, and we cannot say it otherwise, because, like, how we treat the earth, how we treat the planet, how we treat the animals, everything, how we treat each other, like, nobody can tell me that this is something that we that this is okay, that this is something that we wanted to keep going. So right now, this time is kind of like a surrendering to what is happening, what is unfolding in a certain way. And surrender is a feminine quality. And because we are not tapped into our feminine energy, this is really hard for many people right now. So if we look at that, if we look at feminine quality in its essence, out of my perspective, most women or people in general who define themselves as having dominant feminine energy have usually their essence is more feminine than masculine, and they feel, if they truly feel, better in their bodies if they are living from feminine qualities, in beingness, in play, in everything that is. And with soft, I don't mean not powerful or weak. With soft, I mean tapped into the vulnerability. And since all of us, or not all of us, but most of us kind of seem to have a wounded feminine energy and a wounded masculine energy, we have a big problem in this world right now. Because the leaders of this world are leading from wounded masculine energy. They cannot tap into their feminine energy because this one is also wounded. So what the hell are we doing? I think our job right now, and if we start at one point, this is one part where we can start, is to start healing our energies. If we start healing our feminine energy, if we start healing our masculine energy, and with that I mean all of us. I mean the women, or the people who feel they have more feminine energy, and the men, and the people who feel they have more masculine energy and feel best in their body when this energy is dominant. So I invite everybody to truly tap into their body and feel, when do I feel best, not safe. Because safety is something that we feel safe. Lots of women, or when I talk from my personal experience, I feel safer with my masculine shield. I feel safer when I feel like I have control. I feel safer when I'm just in my head thinking and, like, making sense of everything, of human design, of astrology, of, like, trying to put it all together so that I feel like I have some sense of control. But this is not feminine energy. This is a masculine shield trying to protect my feminine essence that is so vulnerable. And there are so many different things that we could tap on in regards to these energies. But one easy thing actually to tap into feminine energy is dance, because dance is playful. And if you start dancing, practicing without thinking, does that look good, does that look not good, whatever, we start tapping into our bodies, we start just being and like express ourselves through our bodies. And when it comes, for example, to healing our masculine energy, it's a lot about questioning, am I controlling or am I supporting? Am I holding space or am I suppressing? Am I trying to prove something, or is this really a goal I want to accomplish? And yeah, especially because I define myself as a woman, I will also talk a lot about like man and women relationships. I want to have it inclusive, so please also consider if I say women, that I also want to include people with dominant feminine energy. And when I say man, people with dominant masculine energy. But as I'm speaking out of my personal experience, more and more, and like my personal system, I'm gonna use the regular the women and man term. So what I want to say with this is, especially for my fellow women who feel like they cannot really open up, that they cannot really tap into this beingness, into this vulnerability, into this essence of who they really are, sharing their desires, sharing what they truly want. And I want to give you an example, because especially last year, I really realized how active my masculine shield actually was. Well, I was thinking I am so vulnerable right now, even though I wasn't, or I'm sharing my needs, like truly, but I didn't. For example, I'm giving you an example. With my ex, I was on my period, and I want him to come over and just like cuddle and like whatever. And because I didn't feel that well anyway, but I would have loved for him to just be there and just cuddle with me. Now I'm hanging my ring. But what I said was, hey, I'm not feeling that great because of my period, but do you want to come over cuddle? And if you read this message, there's so many different ways of how you can read that message. Is it really vulnerable? Dependable. It felt vulnerable to me because I was just like, I was asking, so that felt vulnerable. But I was not saying, hey, I would love for you to come over because I would really love for you to cuddle me right now and have your hand on my belly, for example. That would have been vulnerable, but I didn't. And this is also, those moments really showed me how I have still been holding up this masculine shield that is trying to protect something within me, but in the end is also hurting me, because obviously I don't get necessarily what I wanted at the moment, because he then was like, yeah, well, he's really tired, and like if I'm not feeling well, blah blah, then what's like, does it make sense for him to come and all of this? So if I think about it now from this perspective, I understand, because I was not vulnerable. There was not this energetic connection between his masculine energy of like wanting to be there, wanting to be present, and wanting to be to support, wanting to protect, wanting to hold, because I didn't express that. I wasn't in my feminine expression. That is not controlling, because by just asking, but by saying I'm not that well anyway, to like not make anybody uncomfortable or whatever, I was trying to control the situation to make him, like that was a whole subconscious process. I mean, I was not doing that consciously, but like to not bother him, even though I still like, and if he didn't want to come, then okay, but even though I wanted him to come so badly in that moment, you know? And so this is one thing, like tapping into this vulnerability. And for the lovely men out there who are like thinking they have to be so strong all the time, lots of time actually going too far into like the controlling area, because that is the wounded masculine that we all have as well, in both either as women and as men. And allow yourself to feel. Especially for men, it's like, I know how conditioned you were in regard from society. I know how you try to keep it up. And we also don't want to have men who are like doormats, and you don't want to be that either, right? So there is this balancing act between finding the softness within you, your own feminine energy, finding your power in that as well, because this is going to give you the opportunity to be that space holder for the expression of the feminine. This is going to give you the opportunity to see her in her fullness and just be like, I'm the rock, I can hold this. Not if she's trying to control you, obviously. Not if she's trying to like work with her masculine shield against you. But if she's there in her feminine expression, with her vulnerability, with her openness, with just expressing her wants and needs, even with her rage sometimes, if it's not a rage out of control, but a rage out of real frustration, real desire, whatever, you'll be able to be like, okay, I'm here. Okay, I'm witnessing you. And this is what we want. We want that. What we don't want is to be controlled or not believed in. What we don't want to be seen as less for our power and our feminine energy. Do you get that? We want to be seen for the power in our intuition, in our play, in being present with you, in allowing you into our presence, in allowing you into our nurturing and all these things. But we are not going to give that if you are not capable of holding the space. So this is, my quick rant about feminine and masculine energy for both sides. I think I'm gonna share more about that. I'm going to talk more about this, but it's a whole big theme. Also in regards to the state of the world, because it is good that the matriarchy is rising, because it's not gonna and we want to stay in the balance. We don't want to go into like suppression of men or something, because if we swing the pendulum too far, this is also not what we want. We want to find a healthy balance where we are all in our healthy feminine and masculine energies, and on the other side in our healthy, for both, so we can meet each other and nurture each other and balance each other, and through that create something bigger, create something wider, create more magic. And I also promise you that your sex life is going to get way better through openness. I'm also going to talk a little bit more about that on this channel. I'm going to talk lots about human design, and I'm already excited to talk about like energetics between people, what creates attraction, what not, where we can actually create this incredible magic, because if there's attraction, that things just explode, but they need some, okay, I just keep that for now. But there is so much happening in this world right now that's wild, and there are so many people who are keeping it up, who are keeping the energy field up, who are working so deeply on themselves so they can hold the energy, so we can rise out of that. And I also want you to trust that and start doing your part by tapping into your essence, by tapping into your energy, by tapping into your personal distribution of feminine and masculine energy, whatever that is. But like honoring that and truly acknowledging, is this me, or is this my protection shield that I'm using? And yeah, one more thing, obviously women can also have wounded feminine and like use and overexpress feminine energy and need to tap back more into the masculine. And on the other hand, men also can have wounded feminine or wounded masculine wounds. So, and most of the time we have both. Most of the time, because the fewest people truly had a healthy relationship with the feminine and the masculine growing up, because either parents or caretakers had some kind of wounds themselves and passed that on as conditioning. So this is what I wanted to share. And I hope this was of value to you. If you liked that video, I would love for you to subscribe, leave me a comment, share, maybe also follow me on Instagram with the underline Christine Dominique. And yeah, I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye bye.